Hi everyone, my name is Darby Lush and I'm in the MSEM program. This summer, I worked with a digital component construction company called Falkbuilt on a project titled An Analysis of the Green Building Industry. I'm currently standing in a pod in the middle of the Falkbuilt factory. The company is known for their interior wall systems used in renovations and new builds, which utilize a minimal number of materials, virtually eliminate waste on site, require 1/3 of their freight, and their lead times to get materials to site average at 2 to 3 weeks. The goal of this project was to understand the areas in which Falkbuilt is sustainable, while uncovering opportunities and recommendations where the company can improve its sustainable practices to reduce their environmental footprint. First, it was important to understand the case for green product innovation. Green, or sustainable product innovation, refers to products that have a focus on improving social and environmental quality. The second step was to complete further research to summarize and understand the green construction industry. Research was then conducted to understand Falkbuilt's environmental footprint through assessing and analyzing their supply chain, waste streams, and project processes. Finally, I was able to provide an analysis of the company's footprint, as well as recommendations to reduce it. In order to understand Falkbuilt's sustainability story, it was essential to first understand why it's important for companies to focus on sustainable innovation. Green product innovation is becoming increasingly essential to businesses and is presenting itself as a common strategic priority. Green product innovation consists of energy and materials reduction and pollution prevention through the product's life cycle phases of manufacturing, use, and disposal. The construction and demolition industry is the largest global consumer of raw materials, and constructed objects account for 25 to 40% of the world's carbon emissions. Due to its scale, even small environmental changes could make huge impacts. The main contributing factors to this waste generation are design errors, improper procurement and planning, unexpected design changes, and insufficient materials handling. The importance comes in reducing waste from the beginning stages and the source of the build prior to materials becoming physically something to deal with. Falkbuilt reduces their environmental impacts through increased product life cycle, reduced freight, eliminating waste on site, and designing for disassembly. Design for disassembly refers to designing components with the product's end of life cycle in mind. The goal of design for disassembly is for products to be easily, quickly, and cost-effectively disassembled at the end of their life cycle. The animation playing shows a scenario where a head wall is built for a rapid response hospital, and the head wall will later be disassembled and used to renovate a wing in a permanent hospital. This is something that was actually completed by Falkbuilt at the beginning of the summer for COVID response and shows the product's flexibility. Certifications that prove a specific sustainability factor are becoming increasingly relevant in the construction industry. I focused on researching 7 of the most common certifications and found that when used as part of an overall strategy, Falkbuilt aligned with both LEED and WELL. I created white papers for each to help clients understand how they could receive points towards these certifications. As I moved to research Falkbuilt's supply chain, I focused on 14 main product suppliers. I communicated with these suppliers to better understand whether or not they had sustainable practices or goals in place, and if they held any environmental certifications, such as health or environmental product declarations. The following pie chart summarized my key findings. Finally, I analyzed Falkbuilt's waste streams. Waste created by the production and installation process is an important element of a life cycle analysis. Modular and similarly digital component construction create less landfill waste as pieces are cut off-site and are properly recycled by the factory. Because there's virtually no waste on site, Falkbuilt is in control of almost all waste created during the production and installation processes. Falkbuilt has 3 main waste streams: factory, site, and employee-generated waste. Factory waste consists of packaging and material waste. The factory receives shipments from all over the world, and each item is packaged differently. The main source of landfill waste generated by the factory is offcuts of 3D laminate, which is used to wrap their cladding pieces. Site-generated waste consists of mainly packaging. Their elimination of all other waste on site makes huge impacts, as it's estimated that on average, 15 to 30% of the weight of materials delivered to a site is taken to landfills due to either error or over-ordering. The third waste stream, office-generated waste, consists of mainly paper and food waste, and improving this could be a simple start to educating employees about waste management. After completing my research, my recommendations are as follows. The largest waste point for Falkbuilt is their 3D laminate offcuts. It is suggested that a recycling program for this material be implemented. Improving the circular economy within the company is a goal of Falkbuilt. However, they are limited by the chemistry of the 3D laminate material. Other recommendations include an improved waste management system in both the factory and the office, increase local supply chain where possible, and finding more environmentally friendly packaging alternatives for items that are leaving the factory to ensure that as little waste is created as possible. Green product innovation and green thinking is gaining prominence in many industries. Integrating sustainable practices into everyday business is becoming a societal expectation and an opportunity for companies to differentiate and gain a competitive advantage in their industry. It is essential to understand the scope of environmental problems the different industries create in order to communicate to consumers and business owners that positive environmental change is both beneficial and necessary. Through reviewing literature about the sustainable construction industry and becoming immersed in the company with a sustainable focus, recommendations were able to be made to reduce the company's largest waste points and help to build Falkbuilt's sustainability story. This was completed through assessing and analyzing the company's supply chain, waste stream, and project processes.